Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk about the 10th episode of The Bad Batch because there is actually a lot I like in this episode. If you watched my video about 2 weeks ago titled The Bad Batch Has a Problem, then you know I have a lot of issues with this show. Now, while this episode did not resolve a lot of those problems, it did include a lot of things that I wish the show did more of, so let's discuss. The episode begins on the planet Raxus, which was the home world of the Separatists. The senator of the planet is forced to give a speech that will encourage everyone to comply with the Empire. However, the senator does not believe this is right, so he disavows the Empire publicly and thus gets arrested for it. This opening was great because it is the world building that is exclusive to this era. Throughout the series, we've seen bounty hunters and Imperials and cantinas, all of which are things we've seen during the numerous periods along the Star Wars timeline. When the Bad Batch was first announced, this was what I was hoping to see. The galaxy adjusting from war to life under the Empire. We got that in the second episode, but since then we haven't gotten anything close to that. Seeing not just any world, but a separatist world having to adjust to the Empire is a concept that fascinates me. By the end of the episode, the senator is with the Bad Batch, so I'm hoping that we get to see more of this storyline. I think it would be really neat if Lucasfilm started to plant the seeds that most of the rebels that we see in the original trilogy were actually former separatists during the Clone Wars. If you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Why would people who weren't loyal to the Republic be loyal to the Empire? Also, the story potential of having the supposed villains of the Clone Wars end up being the good guys of the Galactic Civil War is immense. Moving on, another aspect of the episode that I wish the writers dove deeper into was the hesitation of the Bad Batch to help out the Separatists. It makes perfect sense that a bunch of clones would have mixed feelings about aiding a Separatist. The clone that seemed the most frustrated by this was Echo. I love how the storytellers don't feel they need to hold the audience's hand all the time. For those who watched Season 7, we know how the Separatists tortured Echo for a significant period of time. It's perfectly in character for him to be the most hesitant. Now, after they arrived on the planet, the episode for the most part completely discarded this story thread, but I'm glad it was included in the first place. The actual mission itself wasn't anything special. There was one part though where the Imperial lady called an ATTE a walker instead of its proper name, so I might have to jump on Twitter and complain because this ship will always be called an ATTE to me, not just any walker. A neat detail I liked was how the Bad Batch always used stun to take out the other clones. I appreciate that they don't want to kill their former brothers, even though they are working for the Empire. While the mission as a whole was generic, I can completely forgive it because the concept of this episode is interesting and new, something we haven't seen in the series yet. The other aspect of this episode that was refreshing to see touched on was Omega being useless. At this point, she is a kid and is mostly useless to the group from a strategic standpoint. Yeah, she has helped them out a lot before, but she's been more of a liability than not. Leaving her behind with Sid to keep her safe seems like the logical decision. This was also something that bothered me about the Phantom Menace. There is no reason why Anakin should have been brought to Naboo. If he really is the chosen one and he's that important, why bring him to a battle zone if you were only gonna have him sit in a cockpit and hide anyway? Yeah, he ended up destroying the capital ship, but no one, even Anakin, saw that coming. Seeing Omega make an effort to be useful to the group is refreshing to see. She says she is really good with strategy, so maybe she can be some sort of strategist for the group going forward. I hope this is the direction they want going forward, I don't know. But besides that, the episode as a whole was fine. I still think this show has an identity problem, but I'm hoping the last 6 episodes of this season will resolve this. I hope the show does more of the stuff I've mentioned today as opposed to trying to copy The Mandalorian. We'll just have to wait and see. Quick update for those of you who follow my channel regularly. You may know I am currently in the process of packing and moving, so next week you may not get many videos from me, but after that I should be back to normal once I'm settled in. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching another one of my videos. Don't forget to Night the Claude Squad, and I will see you guys next time.